Donald Trump is afraid for his life. That was clear as day from Saturday's White House Correspondents' dinner. But he's not afraid for the reason you're thinking of. The truth is, there's a reason Donald Trump has avoided that dinner for over a decade, and it has nothing to do with his physical security. It has everything to do with what Donald Trump is most afraid of, which is comedians.
The president later said the joke was a, quote, despicable call to violence, and added that Kimmel should be immediately fired by Disney and ABC.
It was not a call to assassination, and they know that.
The network will be ending The Late Show in May.
Colbert's cancellation announcement just days before the FCC approved acquisition of Paramount Global.
If you look at authoritarian movements throughout history, they have always sought to suppress comedy. And that's because humor is one of the most effective tools to counter authoritarians.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Why does gas cost so much?
The Epstein file!
In order to maintain control, authoritarians rely on propaganda. Propaganda requires you to reject the evidence coming from your eyes and ears. And I mean this literally. In a 2018 speech, Donald Trump literally told his followers,
and just remember, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening.
But if you can't trust what you're seeing and you can't trust what you're reading, then what should you trust? Well, you should trust the authoritarian.
Thank you for your leadership, for your boldness, for your clarity.
And there's only one thing I wish for. That noble committee realizes that you are the single finest candidate.
Humor, by contrast, works the opposite way. It doesn't force you to reject what's happening. It forces you to recognize what's happening.
But I understand that the First Lady had a stressful experience over the weekend, and probably every weekend is pretty stressful in that house.
Laughter is a physical, embodied act. We often laugh at a joke before our mind has even realized why it worked. That's because there's some things you just know in your gut. Things aren't going as well as the people in power claim. The leader isn't as strong as he wants to appear. We know that, but it often takes humor to recognize that. So authoritarians fear comedians. This is why they try and create spaces where they can be safe from the truths revealed by comedy. I'm trying to remember the phrase for when a person needs a space to be safe. I can't think of it. Let me know in the comments. The deep irony of this is that not only do authoritarians want to be liked, they also want to be seen as strong, handsome, and yeah, funny. And yet, they're not funny. They can't be.
But I always ask this to people. Have you ever heard this man actually laugh? He's funny in a way a bully can occasionally hit on something, right? He's not funny in a way that is illuminating or interesting. He's just bullying people. It's just schoolyard bullying.
What authoritarians call humor is just domination by another name.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired.
I was going to hit people really hard with humor.
Think about all the times that Donald Trump or the people around him claimed that he was just joking.
I said that sarcastically. Said sarcastically. That was said sarcastically.
The president was simply joking.
Claiming that they were just joking is a way of backing away from positions they can't publicly defend. Whatever authoritarians claim was a joke was something they were actually being serious about.
And they're like, no, he's joking. I was like, oh, so he can, president jokes, yeah, comedian, no!
Now you understand the basic rule of authoritarian humor. When the president makes a threat, that's actually a joke. And when a comedian makes a joke, that's actually a threat. So what do we do? Well, I have good news, because I'm happy to report that after years of left-wing oppression, the right has finally legalized comedy.
The left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Like, you can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy.
And thanks to the right's championing of free speech, it means it's finally legal for me to show you things like this.
He's clearly going for bad boy there, but ended up looking more like Red Pill Chip from Rescue Rangers.
And this.
There is absolutely nothing funny about having any of these on your phone.
And this.
Trump holding hands with Jeffrey Epstein. A plaque reads, in honor of Friendship Month.
And so now that comedy's been made legal, I think we ought to be making the fullest possible use of it. Because in spite of its appearance, comedy is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It can undo years of propaganda and cut the power of dictators right at its root. And if anyone has a problem with you for sharing this video, you might just want to ask them,
you can't make fun of anything. So then it's like, comedy sucks. It's like, legalize comedy.
I'm Ray. This has been No Idea. See you next time.